Lambda's special symbols and markers have been defined with the 8-point Braille combination that will represent them in mind. All common operators, markers and symbols are represented by a single character, chosen as far as possible to be similar to the corresponding 6-point Braille character used in the national code so as to facilitate initial training and memorization. Although the Lambda source code is unique, and Lambda documents are therefore independent of local language choices, the Braille code applied to it changes from country to best fit national conventions and traditions. For example, a compound fraction with a numerator or denominator made up of several elements or expressions needs 3 markers for the Lambda code, one indicating the beginning of the fraction, one indicating the fraction sign and thus separating the numerator from the denominator, and a third finally indicating the end of the fraction. They will be handled by the program in a specific way, and recorded on files with a code that uniquely identifies them, but will appear on the Braille display differently depending on the country in which they are used. In addition, the text descriptions and voices associated with the speech synthesis will, of course, be translated into the different languages. As regards, for example, the Italian version, the compound fraction uses 3 Braille symbols. For each of them, we will also have a text in Italian for the name of the marker and one to indicate the words that the synthesis will have to pronounce in order to have as continuous and natural a reading as possible. For example, for the Italian language, the formula A plus B over AB corresponds to 1 2 4 6 7 1 2 3 5 1 2 4 8 3 6 1 2 1 3 4 5 8. As can be seen, the open and close pair has a strong analogy with the open and close numerator of 6-point Italian Braille. The same symbols could not be used because at 8 points, code 1246 is assigned to the number 6. The intermediate, for example the fraction sign, bears a strong resemblance to the 6-point bar, 0.34. In other countries, different rules are followed to indicate, in 6-point Braille, the compound fraction, and other combinations of Braille dots are therefore chosen to be assigned to the 3 Lambda markers. As the available Braille characters are fewer than the necessary symbols, it is inevitable that in certain cases combinations of several Braille characters, 2 or more symbols in sequence to define a single element, are used. In the definition of the 8-point Braille code for mathematics, the Braille characters used are far fewer in number than the 256 theoretically available. Too large a number of new symbols would have created too many recognition and memorization problems. In fact, memorizing a completely new symbol is only feasible for a limited number of cases. In general, when analogies with the 6-dot code as seen above are not possible, some logical or mnemonic connections have been exploited. If, for example, we define a prefix to indicate the use of a symbol, we can reuse as an analogy, for example in set theory, a series of symbols already known and memorized. In this table we have some of the symbols defined in Lambda 2.0 for the Italian language with the prefix set, item 48. In addition to the one for set theory, for Italian Braille points 4 and 8, 3 other prefixes have been defined. Negation, dots 3 4 6 8, reverses the meaning of the following symbol, for example, not equal, does not belong. Greek, 4 5 points, to represent the Greek letters, it must be followed by the corresponding Latin letter, either upper or lower case. Generic, points 3 4 5 6 8, used in several contexts, particularly geometry and logic. It should be noted that, even if represented with several characters, symbols and markers are always considered in a unified way. They should be inserted, deleted, moved, selected. as if they were a single character. Furthermore, speech synthesis will always read the name of the element, not the sequence of symbols. For example, it will say gamma, and not prefix Greek gi. It will say union, and not prefix addition very major, and not major major.